Now, how your interview will be starts. How your interview will start. Now, first, HR is going to call you. If there are any openings in the company, HR is going to call you. HR will. Now here, HR will ask a couple of questions. They will ask a couple of questions. The first question they will ask you is, are you looking for a job? Are you looking for job change? Yes. So are you looking for a job change? Next question they will ask, why are you looking for a job change? Why are you looking for a job change? Now, if you have kept the experience, this is the question you are going to get it. Are you looking for a job change? Yes, I'm looking for a job change. And why are you looking for a job change? You can say here, my contract. Contract is nothing but we are working as a temporarily with the company. My contract is going to end in, you can mention whatever the month is there. So this is a September. So maybe you can mention October month. Next question they will ask you, which company are you working right now? Which company are you working now? That means either they will ask which company are you working now, or what is the current company, or they will ask what is the current company. What is the current company? So you can say here, whatever the so and so company is there, you can specify the company. Like I'm working with ABC company. And also specify the where it is. Like if it is in Hyderabad, specify Hyderabad. If it is in US, you can specify the US and which location. What is the location? You need to be clear on that. Next thing again, they will ask, do you have this office in different locations? What are the main branch? Either they will ask, where is the main branch? Where is the main branch? Or they might ask you, what are the different locations we have? Is this company is there? What are the different locations? You can specify what are the branch, which are the main branches there. Main branch is nothing but where is the company actually started. Company might started in Australia or company might be started in Singapore, but we have a different branches in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Delhi, Noida, different branches are there. And the next question they are going to ask you, what is your notice period? What is your notice period? In your company, what is the notice period? Now, usually, whatever the notice period is there in the company, you can specify it. But you can say here, anyway, my contract is ending, or else you can say here, I'm serving the notice period. I'm serving notice period. And I can join, specify the date. I can join either say immediately, or say on the specific date. If you have any specific date, specify the date there. Now, next thing they are going to ask, now if you say here, I'm serving a notice period, the next question is, what is your notice period? What is your notice period? Right, you can say that like is there any specific time? So because they will ask you that in the company, how many days you are left with it. So you are already saying here notice period, and they are going to ask you that how many days is it left? How many days is it left? So they wanted to get a clarity on your notice period. HR is, the first of all, HR will be need to be cleared on the how many days left and when you can join, and or else they will ask you what is your relieving date. There might have been relieving date. So what is your relieving date? Though you have specified here, but still they are going to ask you what is your relieving date. You can specify the date. Any date you can, whatever the date you think on it, whatever the date you have in the mind, just specify the date. Now, the next question is, whatever the current company is there. In the current company, how long you have worked on it? How long have you worked? In current company, how long you have worked on it? So let's say you have worked for a 2 years or a 1.5 years or a 6 months, whatever the time is there, or else you can specify, or else they will specifically ask that when you are working in the so and so company, when you started working on in ABC company. When you started working in ABC company. The reason is they are going to ask this question is they wanted to know that are you going to stay for a longer time or you are changing it every 6 months, or what is the like a cycle you have. Now, if you say here, usually we say like 2 years, that means assume that 9th November to the till date. 9th November 2022 till date, right? So in this case, that means around 2 years or more than 2 years, I have been working with so and so ABC company. Maybe. Yes. So you have to be specific. And then they are going to ask you, once everything is goes fine, what is the expected joining date? Expected joining date. Now you can specify the expected join date. Some date you need to provide it. Let's say I'm going to plan to join 15th November 2023. 15th November 2023. And in that case, when is the resignation date? When they are going to relieve it, or when is the resignation date? What is the resignation date? They will ask you multiple times on this resignation and the joining date because they want to be very perfect on that. Right? And they will ask you before the ABC company. Before the ABC company, where did you work? That means which company. If you have a previous company details, which company, like if you're putting a 4 years experience or a 5 years experience, and if you have placed in your resume 2 companies, then they will ask you that company information also. If you have specified only one company information, they will not ask you about the previous one. Before the ABC, they will not ask you anything. Now, the next question they will ask you, what is the role that you have played? What is the role in ABC company? Are you a developer, or are you a team member, or what, admin or BA, like let's say software developer and software developer. Now, similarly, they will ask in the previous company also, before the ABC company, what was the role you have played it? Right, so they will ask these many questions. And finally, somewhere here, they will ask you, what is the total experience? What is total experience? So the HR will ask you like, do you have experience in Salesforce? Do you have experience in Salesforce? And what is total years of experience? What is total years of experience? Out of that, Salesforce, how many experience? Out of that, Salesforce, how many experience? If you have a different technologies, if you have worked on it. If you have not worked on it, then they will not ask this question. So what is a total years of experience in Salesforce? And then they will ask you, did you work on the clouds? Did you work on the sales cloud, service cloud, marketing cloud? And they might ask you the experience cloud. Right, so what are the requirement is there? Based on that, they will ask you this. Now, and the next question they will ask you that, what is the experience level? Level of admin, Apex, Lightning Aura, LWC, integration. So that means they will ask you specific experience. Like you have to specify like a Lightning Aura. Maybe I have a 1 year experience. Apex, 1 year experience. And admin, let's say admin, if you are perfect, then specify 2 years of experience. LWC, you can specify 1 year. And integration, like whatever the 6 months or a 1 year, whatever you think, can just add it here. So these are the basic questions the HR will ask you. As soon as you apply a resume to the company, you will get a call from HR and HR is going to collect. It will be there around 15 minutes discussion with the HR. Maximum it will go for 15 minutes. In these 15 minutes, they wanted to know your experience level and where did you work on before and why are you looking for a change? Is there any reason? How long you stayed with the previous company? And what is the experience level that you are holding it related to the Salesforce? So these are the questions it asked. Now, once a HR round is done, assume that you have selected. Now, when you have selected, you will go for an interview. When you will go for an interview, the first question they will ask, tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. In tell me about yourself, you need to be very clear on this. And it has to be, don't worry about explaining it very fast. Don't go very fast. Be clear yourself, right? If you are clear yourself, then you will be able to explain it. So be clear from your side what you want to explain it as a tell me about yourself. Get a clarity on that. Write it on the notepad, practice it, and then explain it. Just keeping in mind it does not work. Okay, so whenever the tell me about yourself is there. Now, how do I need to explain? What are the details that I need to put it into the tell me about yourself? What are the details I need to place it into the tell me about yourself? No, the main thing that we need to place it is your name. What is your education? And what is the career That means how did you start your career and what is the experience level? What is the experience level? And what is the experience in Salesforce? So Salesforce experience. So you need to provide total five information we need to provide it. So in your tell me about yourself, you need to be clear on these 5 levels.
And here career means what we have to mention.
Just a second. Now name is nothing but you all know. Now education, what I need to mention here, I have completed whatever you have completed, like a BTech, MBA, whatever it is, like a bachelor of, let's say BTech, which is nothing but a bachelor's of technology in, let's say maybe ECE, computer science, bachelor of technology in computer science and engineering. So you need to be very clear on this. From, if it is a JNTU, then specify the Jawaharlal Nehru University in Hyderabad. You need to be specific on this, where you have done in education. Next thing is a career. In the career, how did you start? What was your company? Right? How did you move it? Now you can say here, now after my education, I received an offer letter. From ABC company. So that means I have started my career with ABC company in Salesforce. Then I have moved it to, if you have moved to any other company, then you can say that I have moved to XYZ technology or XYZ company, Hyderabad. So career is how did you started your career with IT industry? How did you started? This is IT career. How did you jump down to the IT career? Now, next thing is the experience level. Now, in the experience level, you can say that, okay, this is the starting company. I started my career with ABC company. Then I moved to XYZ technology in Hyderabad. So over this period, I have worked on 2 Salesforce projects. And now coming back to the 2 Salesforce project, if you have only one company, you need to be clear on the which 2 projects. Specify the 2 project details, project 1 and project 2. Specify this. Now, if you have worked on multiple companies, now you need to specify here project in ABC company and previous company, you need to specify it. So if you have more than 2 companies you have worked on it, no need to specify it. Okay, just specify how many Salesforce projects you have worked on it over this period. Now, out of this, say in Salesforce, as a Salesforce experience, I have worked on, like I have experience in Sales Cloud, Apex, Visual Force, and you can specify asynchronous, Lightning, Aura. If you have worked on Lightning Aura, Lightning LWC, now you can specify that. And whatever the experience you have, you can specify. Also, you can say here, I have worked in admin. Whatever the admin activities are there, all the admin activities I have involved into the all the admin activities. What are the admin activities? Like creating a user, now creating a profiles, creating permission set, creating public groups, queues, and also you can say that I have implemented multiple visual force pages, and then you can specify based on the requirement, customized the functionality using effects and lightning as a UI, lightning flows or Aura or a LWC. By using this, I have implemented the requirement. Now you can specify here, I have worked with multiple team members as a part of sprint. If you are clear on these things, you can explain tell me about yourself. Name, education, IT career, experience level, Salesforce experience.
Ma'am, even though if you are applying as a fresher, you can explain about the Salesforce hands-on knowledge like that.
Yeah, you can explain it. Now, in the HR, they will also ask you about your CTC. Right, so what is the current CTC? HR also can ask you, can you brief yourself? So instead of telling me about yourself, HR might ask you, can you brief yourself? Right, so you need to brief yourself also for HR. And they are going to ask you, what is the current CTC? CTC is nothing but the salary that you are getting it. You can specify whatever it is, and now they will ask you, is it a fixed salary or a variable? Is it fixed salary or variable? That means, are you getting a fixed one or a whatever it is decided during the offer? Are you getting the complete that, or is it a distributed to the different ways? So you can specify the fixed one. Now it's up to you, fixed or variable. You can talk to the HR and you can do that. But it's most of the times say like usually it's based on the company, right? So you can give either fixed or variable. And this is the current CTC, and they will ask you, what are you expecting it? What is your expected CTC? Right. So whatever the expected CTC you are thinking on it in your mind, just specify that. And what is your preferred location? Preferred location. That means, are you from where you want to work on it? From Hyderabad location, or do you have a preference of working from the Bangalore or a different places? What is the preferred location? What is the preferred location? And are you are you okay with hybrid model? That means in a week, 3 days you have to working from home, and 2 days office, working from office. Are you okay with hybrid model? And sometimes they will ask you, like, based on this preferred location, They will ask you that we do not have an office in that area. Are you okay to relocate? That means if you say preferred location is a Bangalore, but they have a company in the Hyderabad. In that case, what they will say, are you okay to relocate? That means working from Hyderabad. Will you able to do that? The next thing, the last question they will ask you about, HR will ask is, what is the preferred time for an interview? Like, or else they will ask you when you will be available. When you will be available for interview. You can specify the time. So this is overall questions. So tell me about yourself. HR also might ask you in not in Hyderabad, not in India, but in outside of India, the HR team will ask you, can you brief yourself? Right. So there also you have to explain it. So that's about some information about the interview.